This is exciting. Only the Lord our God satisfies our soul and nothing else. Sometimes advertisers like the club who sell clubs to lock your steering wheel will say, we're the original, the genuine. Don't settle for cheap substitutes. And that's really what the Lord is saying in the first commandment. I'm the real deal. Don't settle for substitutes for me. Welcome to Truth Talk with Ed Skipper, published every Monday and Thursday at 6 a.m. Pacific time, where I take the truth of Scripture and apply it to your daily living. Here is the first commandment, Exodus 20, verse 3. You shall have no other gods before me. Have you ever bought something cheap that you were disappointed in? Maybe a cheap pair of tennis shoes that started wearing out in 2 months, or a cheap box of crayons that broke immediately. I think we've all had that kind of experience. And so it is spiritually. When we pursue other things to satisfy our soul, it does not work. Doesn't work to have a lover, a spouse, a child, education, prestige, a career, entertainment, sex. All of these kinds of things don't satisfy the soul. As Isaiah chapter 55 verse 2 says, why spend money on what is not bread, and your labor on what does not satisfy? Listen to me and eat what is good, and your soul will delight in the richest of fare. You ever been tired? And when you were tired, you chose to eat? It helps some, but it really doesn't meet that need. And so it is with the Lord. Only He satisfies. Now, the other side of you shall have no other gods before me is you shall have me as your God. Isn't that good? Who would want anyone else? As someone has said, God is like Coca-Cola. He's the real thing. He's like Allstate. You're in good hands with Him. He's like Bayer aspirin. He works wonders. Hallmark cards. He cares enough to give the very best. General Electric. He brings good things to your life. Prudential. He gives us a piece of the rock. Or Tide. He gets the stains out that others leave behind. He's like VO5. He holds through all kind of weather. Like Sears. He has everything. The U.S. Army, He wants us to be all we can be. Or American Express, don't leave home without Him. He's like Scotch tape. You know He's there, but you can't see Him. Or Dial soap. Aren't you glad you know Him? As Psalm 63 verse 5 says, my soul will be satisfied as with the richest of foods. That's what happens when we put our hope in the Lord alone. You know, when I was a boy, I used to go swimming at the public pool, and it always amazed me after I had my shower and I was wringing out my trunks so that I could fold them into my towel and take it home, how long it took me to wring those trunks out. I just kept trying it from different angles, twisting, squeezing. Water kept coming out, coming out, coming out. It always amazed me how much water it contained. And the Lord is like that when we look to Him to meet our needs. He just keeps giving and giving and giving. So let me encourage you. Let your soul be satisfied in God alone. Set your affections on Him. Think about Him. Talk about Him. Hey, make sure that you subscribe if you're listening to this as a podcast or watching on YouTube. And YouTubers, also make sure you hit that notification bell. And for more on why some people are not satisfied, check out episode 192 of Truth Talk. There's a link in the description. And until next time, may you be satisfied in God alone.